Yo, what's good YouTubes? This is your boy in the NYC. It's me, Ray, and this is the EDCC. That's Everyday City Carry. And now today, we're doing video number 2 in the movie room. Cause guess what, guys? It's freaking negative 15 degrees outside. Not going outside for a while. I'm from the Philippines, 100 degrees every day over there. Know what I'm saying? Huh? Today I'm gonna be doing the top 5 knives with a twist tag. Now I've been seeing this tag go around the YouTube knife community, and I was just like, damn, I kinda wanna do that tag. But you know, I didn't think it was an open tag, but it turns out my boy Jeff Jewell tagged me in it. So I'm gonna put a link in the description to Jeff Jewell's channel. You guys give him a sub, cause he's dope. He does a lot of sharpening vids and all that. Back to the matter at hand though. Top 5 knives with a twist tag. Number 5, you're gonna do your grail knife, like the knife you're seeking after or were seeking after and you've already got it, or something like that. Number 4, you're gonna do your tank knife, you know, your sort of beefy folders, you know what I'm saying? Number 3, you're gonna do the best performer, strong performer. Number 2, you're gonna pick your sort of shocker knife, you know, knives that you like, you tase people with it. Nah, I'm just playing. You gotta pick your knife that you like a lot that's gonna surprise people.
So I know we just went over number 2, and I was supposed to go to number 1, and then number 6 here for the personal favorite. But it turns out I forgot how to count in this instant, so forgive me. And there was really no reason to count these down here.
Number 5, you're gonna do your best overall knife. Number 6, I'm gonna do what JT did from JT's Knife Life, and I'm gonna do my personal favorite.
What's dope about it? What's whack about it? Oh wait, we're not doing that here. My grail knife is the Sandra Knives Clemente. This knife holds a very special meaning to me. I picked it up due to it having the same name as my late father, Clemente. In essence, this knife is kind of a milestone of knife making ingenuity. The blade is made out of tungsten carbide. It's at about 2.95 inches. It's got tungsten carbide inlays and a lot of internal workings that I can't really explain. What I can tell you is that this is a very smooth knife that can keep its sharpness or edge retention for quite a long time. And I do enjoy having it. It's freaking expensive as hell though, man. This thing is $995. But because it has a deep connection to me, I'm never gonna get rid of it. And it was my first grail knife and actually what started me down the path of knife collecting. I've got 3 tank knives on deck today. First up, we've got the Maker 1 Originality knife. I heard of this knife from Love Them Knives. He did a review on it. I do like the knife. It feels very sturdy in hand. Definitely doesn't feel like something that's gonna fail on you, even with some hard use. The blade is a little long for me, and it's made out of VG10. I scratched it up during a sharpening accident because I didn't use any painter's tape to block the sharpening shards or whatever it's called, so it got scratched up there. I've been advised by some buddies to stonewash this thing, which I might try. This thing feels really sturdy. It's got a rigid design, very rough, with a lot of grip. I really do hate the fact that it doesn't take any torque screws on the pivot. You need like a specialized tool or something, which I don't have. It's a frame lock with a non-deep carry pocket clip, so you know how I feel about that. Pretty cool knife though, not a lot of stuff on YouTube about it. I don't think I could have completed this list without at least one knife from Zero Tolerance Knives. And on deck here, I got the ZT-0456 designed by Dmitry Sinkovich, one of my favorite knife designers. You've got titanium handles with sort of a sheep's footy blade at around 3.25 inches. That's a little bit bigger than what I normally carry. I like to keep it at 3 or sub 3. I picked this up from JD Cutlery with some custom anodization on it. And I've got the CTS 204P blade steel model, which is pretty awesome. This knife is actually the first knife I've ever reviewed on YouTube.
Or what if some 36-year-old kid from New York City buys his first ZT and it changes his world forever?
It's a pretty amazing knife. I don't use it too much because it's just a little too large. A little too large for me to be carrying around all the time. And I did mess up the blade a little bit here due to, again, another introductory sharpening accident executed by me. I do love this thing. I don't think this will ever leave my collection, and it is really beefy and sturdy, so I'm gonna nominate that here. Now, if I had to choose one main tank from my collection, my main tank would be the ZT-0900 designed by Lays George.
For you uncultured swine that don't speak French, Lays George, that means the George.
You've got a titanium frame lock flipper with a blade length of 2.75 inches of S35VN blade steel. I mean, come on. It's like you've crossed off all the boxes there on my EDCC knife must-haves. This thing just feels super sturdy. I picked this up from my buddy JT, shout out again to JT's Knife Life. The reason I don't carry this thing to the office too much is that you get this loud thwack that scares the sheeples away when this thing rockets out due to the incredible action. Shout out to Lays George, Lays the George, you're the man. In the performer class, I've got the Benchmade Nakamura. This thing sports a Bowler M390 blade at around 3.08 inches with an axis lock that everybody likes playing with, including myself. Can't really carry this thing too much though because of New York City's anti-gravity knife laws and all that. The handle material is G10. I really like these sort of grip cutout things they got here. The Nakamura has definitely outclassed a lot of the knives I have due to that M390 blade steel, keeping its edge for a very long time. The jimping on the thumb ramp is actually quite useful. It's not super aggressive, but it just grips your hand really well. I like the blade shape a lot too. Can't really explain a lot on that end. All I know is that it performed really well. So the Nakamura is definitely going to have a nomination in the performer class. The Sandra Knives TCK. I don't think there is any knife in my collection that can outperform this thing. Or maybe perhaps in anyone's collection. Cause Pete from Cedric Gear and Ada Outdoors channel already tested that theory, alright? And it pretty much outperformed everything. Thousands of slices and cuts await you if you get to use this knife. It's sporting a tungsten carbide blade that's super slim, and guess what the weight is, guys? 1.34 ounces. That's it. This is the gentleman's carry, perfect for the office. I just don't think there is a knife in my collection that can beat this thing, so I've got to give this the championship belt for best performer. Props to you, Sandra Knives. The Kaiser GTI Small Hunter is my pick for my shocker knife. This thing's got S35VN blade steel, sitting at about 2.5 inch blade length, with a weight of 2.9 ounces, and you've got beautifully textured G10 handles. That's probably my favorite part of this whole thing is the G10 just looks absolutely amazing. And it's not a bad carry for such a small knife either. I've cut a lot of different kinds of boxes and stuff like that at work with this guy. And I just really genuinely enjoy carrying this thing. Don't really have a lot of negatives to say about it. So Kaiser Small Hunter GTI or GTI Small Hunter or whatever you're supposed to be called, the Shocker Award goes to you. There are plenty of knives that I could put in the best overall category, but I'm gonna get straight to the point because this video is pretty freaking long already. My overall knife, and it's no surprise to some people who have watched my One Knife for Everything tag, is the Zero Tolerance 0450 CF designed by Dmitry Sinkovich. This thing is pretty lightweight at 2.45 ounces. You get an S35VN blade that's sitting at about 3.25 inches. That's kind of my only complaint about it is I wish it was a 3-incher. But yeah, I really like this knife. It's never let me down. Super awesome action. Incredible action. It looks cool too. I'm thinking about maybe getting the plain titanium one to look less murdery. But I can't really complain too much of the carbon fiber version. titanium, and carbon fiber handle scales. Pretty sick. So shout out to you, ZT. You got plenty of knives on my list. For the overall best knife, ZT-0450CF. Whoa, you guys reached the end, man. Nah, I'm just playing, but you guys have reached the end. That was a freaking gauntlet of a list, right? So here's the twist. My personal favorite. My personal favorite was also showcased in my One Knife for Everything list, and that is the Boost Blades Aero Mini. Now, what do I not love about this knife? Honestly, I don't really have complaints about this knife. I think because due to its slim form factor, maybe a little bit tough for some people to disengage, but you got a blade length of 3 inches of S35V and blade steel. The weight is 1.98 ounces. You've got titanium and carbon fiber handle scales, and it's manufactured by We Knives. I also love the pup logo, like that pup there, it's pretty freaking awesome. So yeah, my personal favorite, which was given to me by a dear friend for my birthday by the way, and we purchased it from Love Them Knives, is the Boost Blades Aero Mini. Oh, and I'm supposed to nominate some peeps here, so I'm gonna nominate Daily Carry Solutions and EDC with Aaron, and whoever else hasn't done it, man, because I think this tag's about to end, and yeah, hop on, my dudes. This is your boy in the NYC. It's me, Ray, and this is the EDCC saying peace.